Welcome to the anchor experiment. In meditation, we gently place our focus on one thing. We often refer to this as our anchor. Sometimes it's also known as the home base. The idea is that you lightly place your attention on one thing. And then during your meditation practice, once you notice that you've got lost in thoughts or you're distracted, you just return your focus and your attention back to your anchor, back to your home base. And you might do this over and over and over, which is totally normal. So for today's meditation, we're going to do an experiment. We're going to try using 3 different areas for our anchor. And then you're going to see which one works best for you. So those 3 areas are going to be our breath, sound, and physical sensations. All right, you ready to get started? Let's find a comfortable posture. The idea is that your spine is long and you're sitting up alert and proud. But at the same time, we want to be kind of relaxed, not too rigid. So as you breathe in, tap into this sensation of lengthening, an upward motion. And then as you breathe out, you're blowing out the tension. You're kind of settling in. Stick with that for a few breaths. The upward motion on the inhale and the releasing, chillaxing on the exhale. Great job. Okay, let's start our experiment. The first place that we're going to focus, that we're going to use as an anchor, is going to be our breath. So all you want to do is just become aware of what it feels like to breathe. And you can choose the area of your body where you feel your breath the most distinctly today. That may be in your nose. That might be the movement in your chest. Or that could be that really gentle movement down in your belly. So just pick one of those 3 places. And we're going to practice gently focusing our attention in that spot. All right? Give it a try. Remember, the idea is that you will get distracted. You will get lost in thought. But the act of noticing that is an act of mindfulness. So as soon as you become aware of it, return back to your home base, your anchor, your breathing. Just a little longer. Great. Let's shift our anchor to area number 2, which is going to be sound. So with sound, you don't want to strain to hear. Just by simply opening your sense of hearing, you'll notice that sounds come to you. So notice the sounds that are in the room with you, sounds close to you. Maybe you notice the sound of my voice. And then what about sounds in the distance? Maybe a sound outside or the sound of traffic. And maybe you just notice the quiet, the stillness. Just allow your focus, your awareness to gently rest on sound. Let's practice. Great. Okay, last anchor that we are going to experiment with, and that is physical sensation. So again, it's up to you to pick what physical sensation you want to use as your anchor. It could be the sensation of sitting, whatever you're sitting on, that feeling. It could be the feeling of your hands resting maybe on your lap or your stomach. It could be the feeling of your feet touching the floor. Just pick an area where you feel something, and let's practice gently resting our focus in that spot. Just a couple more breaths, gently focusing on that physical sensation. Okay, great. So just gently release the focus, gently release your anchor. And just take a moment to think back of the 3 areas that we experimented with. The feeling of the breath, sound, a physical sensation. What area was it easiest for you to use as an anchor, to use as a home base? And sometimes it might change. Maybe some days you'll find sound better. Some days you'll find breathing is more helpful for you. And I hope you enjoyed today's experiment. Just make a mental note of what worked the best for you today. Now let's go ahead and bring our awareness back to our environment. So just feel whatever it is you're sitting on. Feel the sense of the space that you take up in the room that you're in. And we'll start to reintroduce movement back into the body. So we can wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes. Maybe you want to kind of move around, stretch out your back. I hope you enjoyed the anchor experiment. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I look forward to our next practice. Bye for now.